Thought I'd do an update on the old Midland Bank headquarters in Sheffield, Griffin House, Pennine Centre, whatever you want to call it. But what I'm going to do is first I'm going to say that in 1985, when I joined Group Telecoms, I moved into Jubilee House, which is that building there. And I actually loved my first year in that building. We had our own little kitchen, and the entrance to the building was all marble floor and everything. But when I go around to the front now, it's all been ripped out. It's not even called Jubilee House anymore. So I don't know whatever happened with it, to tell you the truth, but we gradually moved out of it. But this is the Pennine Centre. It's had a bit of a tart up on it, but where you can see, that was our way in and out through doors. When I first started in 1985, it wasn't automatic. You had security guys checking you individually as you walked in to the building. So this is the front of it, and that's 13 stories high, the front bit, and this is block 1. But for a lot of people who've not been here for a while, it'll be totally unrecognisable. That's the 3 tons. Well, last Christmas I walked past Christmas Eve lunch, and I don't think there was a soul in the building. There's a car park that you can pay to go in now, so they're making money out of that. And this was the other major building, which was Courtwood House. I remember arranging for some Irish people to dig a hole across the road so we could put tubes between the 2 buildings and save on BT exchange lines. Takes you up into town. But anybody from London who used to come up to Sheffield, I was wondering about the building, or even anybody from Sheffield who's not worked here for a while, will just be staggered by the changes around here. I'm going to walk up the Tenter Street side. So when I first started here in 85, you could park your car on the other side of the road. There was actually a road parking, there wasn't double yellow lines, and there was also somewhere I think you could pay in the end. It was old industrial land. Well, if you go up these roads now, they're single carriageway roads, a lot of them, and you just can't park anywhere around here now on the streets. That's the old Westbar police station, now the Hampton Hotel. Takes you down to Westbar. So I'm just going to try and cross this road. If you ever worked at the Midland Bank or HSBC, I'd be interested to know what you did there and what your feelings are on this area now. So this is the front of the building, block 1. And you've got block 2, block 3, and then it's 4 and 5 as you get round the back. If I can remember rightly, we had blocks 1, 2 and 3. I'm not sure if we had 4, we definitely didn't have 5 because that was something to do with the government. But this building was built in 1974, and Midland Bank relocated the staff from London. Massive bonus for Sheffield at that time. There were 2,000 extremely good jobs. I doubt those jobs even exist in the UK anymore. We were doing all the voice data and computer systems for the UK. We were pretty superior to London when it came to technology here, because we were the guys planning it all. Now what I can't show you today is between the buildings they're actually opening it out and sort of creating an outdoor corridor. So you can see block 3 there. Even block 3 is 7 stories, and in the description I'm going to put the link to the Grosvenor House, which is the new headquarters of HSBC in Sheffield, and it's not a fraction of the size of Griffin House. Just here, see that? You can see that mark on the wall. That's where the old corridor was between block 2 and block 3. Well, that's gone now. But it's just building like this all the way up to the university. Roads have just been shut down, so anybody who worked here, I know you, just say hi. So here they're opening it up so people can get between the building. I'm sure there'll probably be outdoor areas to use there. You can just see how ginormous this building was, and then if you look at the video in the description, you'll see how small Grosvenor House is in comparison. So I can't believe there's the quality of jobs that we had back in the 70s and 80s, and anybody who's not been up this road for years will just be absolutely gobsmacked. I think that was the BMW place just there. For anybody who's not been up here, if you drive up there, you just won't believe. We used to be able to park all the way down here, then they started putting double yellow lines down, but we could still park over the back, but it's impossible now. It's just so built up with high rises, and people will be really sad, because this is the Royal Oak Bakery. If you ever went out on a Thursday night to a nightclub in Sheffield, then you'd have a breakfast special in there. Look at it, graffiti all over the place. Not the Sheffield I remember, because there was never any graffiti in these areas. So that's the old Royal Oak Bakery. It's the back end of block 3, looking down to block 1 up there. It started raining a bit ago, so I just didn't want to get my camera wet, so got the umbrella up at the moment to protect it a bit. So I'm coming round the back end of the building now, so you can see block 3. Like I said, that was 7 stories, block 1 was 13. Go and have a look at the Grosvenor House video in my description, and just see how small that is in comparison. So if that's, I think, 3, that's 4. Then I think that might be 5, block 5, could be wrong. Like I said, they're opening up the building. When I worked here, you could walk under the building from one side to the other, and then after I left they put all iron railings up to stop people getting under the building. And now they'll be ending up removing it all again. Yeah, so that's block 4 and this is block 5, and this is definitely was something to do with the government, whether it was Inland Revenue or whatever. That one in the middle, I don't know if that was ours or not. There were some good quality jobs and job satisfaction, but even from 86 that was going, you got people wanting to micromanage you all the time. You weren't allowed to use your brain anymore. The accountants had got hold of things and it was purely about money. But all this area in here now, this, as far as I know, it's all going to be opened up to create an inner courtyard. It doesn't look very used at the moment, the building. And I'll get you one more angle from the other side. I'm now looking down from the hill into Griffin House, and all this area now, you can see building work going on to actually open the inner core. I don't know if it's going to be grassed or whether I've astroturfed down, but that's just a quick glimpse of where they are at the moment. I think it's called 5 or something now, this project, and it'll be in my description. But I will come back when they've actually opened the inner courtyard area up.